Well, hello, hello. Just past 7. It's Tuesday, December 19th. Welcome to it. Hope you're having a great start to your day. You can be on our live stream right now if you want to come hang out with us on our YouTube and our Facebook page. Just search for WSJM. And if really, honestly, if you don't like us on Facebook yet, what are you doing?
Come on, like us there.
You know,
Smash that button.
Smash that subscribe button, man. Kids these days, we're trying to get all the lingo so we can be YouTubers.
Yes.
But today is going to be a pretty decent day. We have some sunny skies eventually, and then later on it's going to be a high of 33. Tonight, low down to 25 with some clouds. It is going to warm up tomorrow, sunny and a high of 40.
Ooh, balmy.
Yeah. It's going to feel pretty warm. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be much colder this morning. I broke out the winter coat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did you? I did too. A little heavier.
Because we were outside. We let the dog out last night, and I was like, ooh, this light fall jacket is not cutting it with a sweater on. And I need to get something a little more heavy duty.
So you think you overdid it?
I think I overdid it for tomorrow. Like,
Okay.
I'm going to pull it out today. I'm going to use it today, and then I'm going to have to put it right back in the closet.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be flip-flopping between the two.
Okay.
We do have some closings and cancellations and delays, actually, to get to WSJM.com and the WSJM app. They're brought to you by our friends at Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters. Bangor Public Schools on a 2-hour delay. Bloomingdale Public Schools closed, along with Decatur Public Schools, Goebel's Head Start. Goebel's Public Schools also closed today, along with Lawrence Public Schools, Lawton Community Schools, Manawan Consolidated Schools. Paw Paw Public Schools also closed today, along with Trinity Lutheran School in Paw Paw and the Van Buren ISD, all closed today. So mainly in that Van Buren County region.
Yep.
They got hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
with
they
the
got
snow.
hit harder than us.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, yesterday there was lots of accidents
Big
on
time.
94 in that section.
Yep.
So just be careful. And if you don't have to go anywhere, don't. Just stay home and relax and listen to this fine award-winning program. Let's find out what's happening in the news. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See GoMichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's some of the local news we're following for you today. A proposed responsible contracting policy to ensure certain equity and training standards are met with city projects has been rejected by the Benton Harbor City Commission. At their Monday meeting, they heard from City Manager Ellis Mitchell, Assistant City Manager Alex Little, and City Attorney Sarah Seneca that the proposal that was backed by unions would put too much of a burden on contractors. Little said with the city often facing deadlines to spend grant dollars and limited bids coming in for projects, having stricter standards than other communities would jeopardize those grant funds and stop work from being completed. City Attorney Seneca agreed.
My fear is that this might be a good policy, but at the wrong time. It requires substantial training. And right now, even with the requirements that we have that don't require that training, contractors can't comply. So if they look at this policy and say, there's no way I can comply with this. This is the hardest policy in Southwest Michigan to comply with. They're not going to bid on your jobs.
Commissioners heard a pitch for the policy from the Michigan Laborers District Council back in August. The group said the policy would protect the city from bad contractors who cut corners. However, Seneca said it places stringent training requirements on those contractors that would turn them away anyway. The city commission then rejected the proposal, with Commissioners Henry, Ethel Clark Griffin, and Mary Alice Adams disagreeing and voting yes to implement it. The Berrien County Jail is getting a new piece of equipment intended to prevent deaths at the facility. Interim Sheriff Chuck Haidt tells us they've purchased a full body scanner, something that can detect if someone has swallowed a foreign object or hidden something on their person, no matter what or where it is.
It will scan the entire body, including and show things that may be inside. So obviously we've had some instances where people have swallowed drugs. It'll do metallic and non-metallic, so it would pick up if there's a bag of drugs, but also a weapon as well.
A Benton Harbor man who was an inmate at the jail died last March after swallowing a plastic baggie of meth. Height says the sheriff's department decided to get the new scanner to prevent such incidents.
Before, we've had scanners that just do the outside or may pick up metal type objects, but this is a whole body scanner that will show if there's things inside or hidden as well.
Height says the equipment was already on the department's wish list, but the March death prompted quicker action to make the purchase. He tells us about 16 jails in the state have full body scanners. Its cost was $140,000, and it is scheduled to be delivered and installed today. The U.S. House of Representatives last week approved the $886 billion National Defense Authorization Act, and area Congressman Bill Huizenga says it will help U.S. military strengthen its readiness. He tells us the package includes a 5% pay increase for troops.
This is the largest percentage raise for the troops that we've had in the modern era. This is extremely important because especially a lot of those junior enlisted folks or even junior officers, they don't make a ton of money and they have been just getting crushed by inflation just like everybody else has been.
Huizenga says the package lays the groundwork for more aid to Ukraine by increasing inspector general powers to ensure that there's more transparency with that aid. It also addresses the issue of troops who were kicked out of the military for refusing to get the COVID vaccine.
To allow them to get back into the military if that is something that they wanted them to do. There was a number of people that were dishonorably discharged. I believe wrongly dishonorably discharged.
The bill includes 3 provisions from Huizenga. One would require a study by the Secretary of Defense on alternative vessel designs for improved special operations. The second would call on all NATO member states to commit to providing at least 2% of their GDP to defense. And the third requires a report to Congress on military activities of Russia and China in the Arctic region. Huizenga says the legislation passed with broad bipartisan support, showing the House of Representatives can still do its job even in these divided times.
All right.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. I was just thinking about, there was a survey. We'll go back and dig it up. Maybe we'll talk about it on the stream, talking about this session of Congress being one of the most ineffective if you look at what legislation they passed.
Yeah, because there was a lot of the break time of not having a House Speaker.
It was like a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would love to see that statistic.
Okay.
Well, because we love stats here. We love statistics. Coming up here in just a little bit. Speaking of stats, sports from Dave Wolf coming up. Also catch you up with what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
With sports, I'm Dave Wolf.
When Cornerstone Alliance.
Hey, good morning, everybody on our live stream. How about those Pistons? Yeah.
24.
Oh my gosh.
24 games in a row they have lost.
Going through our comments here real quick. Teresa, 6 more days until Christmas. Hard to believe. Oh my gosh.
Hello, Teresa.
Yeah, she said it blows my mind.
Hello, Bill.
But good morning to Bill. Did you guys get your Christmas shopping done yet? No. But the good thing is a bulk of the people that I usually give gifts to, most of them we've said, yeah, we're going to gift experiences, or, well, we don't have to do gifts this year. So that's been helpful to the pocketbook for sure. But yeah, Jocelyn and I even were talking about this yesterday about what do we want to do? We don't need things in our house. And
Right.
I don't really want things. I'd rather have more of an experience of something rather than filling up my house with stuff.
Yeah.
Because I love gifts. I love the thought that goes into them, but it's just, I don't want to fill up my house with things anymore.
What if you did like a special meal treat? Like, say you could designate, instead of spending any money on gifts, take that money instead and do a special meal once a month for 12 months.
Oh.
So you could do
like the 12 meals of Christmas.
The 12 meals of Christmas.
There
I think we just coined a thing.
There you go.
So you could either go out to eat, which is nice sometimes if you want to explore a new restaurant or go to one of your old favorite standards, or you can just blow it out and have some amazing stuff that you just kind of make together, make it a night in together.
That's kind of what we talked about.
Yeah.
There's a couple restaurants that were like, man, we haven't been there in like 5 years. We should go there. And same thing with we were looking up cooking classes.
That's
some
fun.
of the cooking classes that are going on. The place that's inside the market in St. Joe.
Yeah.
Looking at their schedule. So yeah.
They do cooking classes inside the market there? Oh, that's right. In that little
in
space.
The culinary cottage, I believe is what it's called. They've got some cool things coming up.
That's nice.
Nice people over there.
I see. It seems they do a lot of dessert type stuff, right?
Yeah. Like if you're a fan of cinnamon rolls must be very popular. And I've always wanted to, know how to make it easily.
Yeah.
Because I think about making my own cinnamon rolls. I'm like, man, that just seems like a lot of work. But it's really not once you really boil down to it. And they help you out with that stuff.
Chad, I've never even thought about how to make a cinnamon roll.
Oh, man. Well, but once you make it, it's delicious.
What is it, like donut dough?
There's all kinds of stuff you got to throw in there. There's yeast in there at some
cinnamon.
point.
There's yeast in there?
I think so.
Because
There's
it probably has
yeast.
to rise. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, you have to take that class.
Through the day, plan on some icy patches this morning. As we get up to 33 this afternoon with some sunshine, we may melt some of those icy areas, but it's still going to stay cool today. Partly cloudy tonight, we drop down to 25, and some more sunshine tomorrow with high temperatures getting up near 40. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Right around 7:15. You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. Or if you're on the social medias, you can go on our Facebook page, our YouTube, and our X and comment on anything that we're talking about. We were just talking about this a moment ago, about the fact that it is 6 days from Christmas. If you don't have your holiday shopping done, especially the online stuff, if you're getting anything for somebody that maybe, I'll get it online. Well, if you're getting it from some of the big box online retailers, just keep in mind, these things could be coming from somewhere all the way around the world.
Yes.
So shipping can take a little while from certain places. And even if it's halfway across the country, it can take a little while.
Oh, yeah. Because you never know what's going to happen with weather and traffic and that kind of stuff.
And also think about if you want to support small businesses online, whether they be here locally, or if you want to support a local business or a small business that is, somewhere around the country, that's going to take a while too, because anybody that owns a small business knows, all right, well, you're probably one of the 1 or 2 or 3 people working there. And you're not only the order fulfillment, you're the packer, you're the shipper, you're all of those things. So just keep that in mind as you do your holiday shopping. You said you're almost done?
Well, yeah, I'm over 50%. I mean, I still have some stocking stuffers I want to go find. But that's about it. But then now, you know me. I mean, I was anxious about getting the list together. Then I got the list together. Then I was anxious about shopping. And then I got the shopping. Now I'm anxious about the stocking stuffers. And I'm already building in some anxiety around wrapping. Because I'm a good rapper if I have time.
I don't know why you have the anxiety, because you are a lister, and you had said, like, I think it was right around Thanksgiving. You were like, no, got the list done. It's already prioritized. Everybody has at least one gift. But so you list and you prioritize, but then you procrastinate in certain areas.
I want to make sure that everyone feels good, that it's because it's the thought that counts.
We didn't talk about this.
Okay.
Did we discuss if we're doing a Christmas gift exchange?
We haven't.
We haven't.
Should we? Are we? What do you want to do?
I guess I'm going to say this right. Ask this right now. Have you purchased something for me already?
I'm not going to tell you this. It's the thought that counts.
Okay,
You can't do that. That's like a cardinal rule.
Was my name on the list?
I can't tell you this.
That means yes.
I would make some assumptions if I were you. But
so I will be going to the store and getting you something.
You don't have to do that. It's just
no. These are all the. If you had captioning, like translation underneath everything you just said, no, you don't have to do that. That means yes, you do have to do that. No, I can't tell you if you're on the list or not. That means I absolutely am. And so what else? What else did you say? Yeah, pretty much all those things are the exact opposite on there. But yeah, and yeah, we haven't discussed that. We haven't discussed dollar limit or any of that stuff.
There's like a $2 limit.
$2
No,
limit.
no.
Okay, good.
I'm just kidding.
So I will pick you up. What's your favorite candy bar?
Candy bar.
What is your favorite? By the way, what is your favorite candy bar?
I don't have favorites. You know this about me. But I do like the Score bars. Remember those?
I've never heard of the Score bar.
Really?
What's the Score bar?
It's like a Heath bar, except it's from Sweden or something like that.
SKOR. Oh yeah. They don't make. Do they make those?
I think
still?
either they still make them, or there's a whole big batch that just keeps getting delivered from 1987.
You would have some exotic thing. Yes, the only chocolate bar that I like. It comes from Sweden, and I have to have it.
Forest of Germany.
I have to have it shipped exclusively through a friend.
Speaking of which, there's this pocket coffees or something. You ever had those? I think they're from
coffees.
Yeah, I think they're from Italy. And so folks coming back from Italy, they often bring back these little packages, and it has a liquid espresso, sugary espresso center. And there's chocolate on the outside.
Oh.
And so when you eat them, there's special instructions on how to eat them. Because if you try to take half a bite of it, you're going to spill it all over yourself and be sad. So you have to pop the whole thing in your mouth. And it's got a caffeine infusion that's unmatched.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
good. Pocket coffees.
One of my favorite things when I was growing up, and now you can get it everywhere, is those Kinder chocolates.
Ooh, what are those?
You can. The funny thing is when I was a kid, my grandparents had to bring those over from Germany when they would go see relatives.
Yeah,
and it was like a sweet treat that I only could get from that trip. It was not coming over here, but now you can go to the gas station and find the little Kinder
Are they
Joy.
the same?
I think it's the same company. I think there was a company merger.
Oh,
it's somewhere in the chocolate world.
Yeah, they're now made by Mattel.
Well, yeah, probably. So you don't know what they are?
No.
So the Kinder chocolates it's a chocolate shell.
Okay.
And inside is a toy.
Oh,
there's a little tiny plastic toy.
Yeah, I've seen these. I've never bought one, but
yeah,
those look fun.
When I was a kid, that was something that I had to get from either my grandparents going over to Germany or some friends going over there. Now I can just go to the gas station or the grocery store and pick it up.
So there's a toy inside the chocolate?
Usually, yeah.
Doesn't that cause a choking hazard?
Well, that's why you need to be careful, and
that's the fun. That's the magic of the chocolate.
That's the fun part. That's the adventure of the gift.
Oh man.
Oh man. So okay. So we have discussed. All right. We need to decide this Friday. Decide this right now.
We'll do it Friday.
Gifts, yes. Friday, yes.
Okay.
Deal.
Deal.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
Deal. So
A
now,
Christmas gift exchange will
is this
happen.
the part where we keep people in suspense of what will Johnny get Ken? What will Ken get Johnny?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't think that's
They don't care?
necessary. They don't care.
But
The
we're
other-
going to talk about it here anyway.
The other question is, what are people getting us
Oh, come
for
on.
Christmas?
Come on.
Because
They already gave us their gift, their time.
did we get gifts here? Did they give us gifts? Because
Well,
we had
I
our
did.
Christmas
I
party.
mean, you saw my new car out there.
You got another new car?
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm
no.
just kidding.
You got new tires?
I wish. I need new tires. I've been thinking about new tires for a little bit, and because they have the little measurement thing on the inside there
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like when the wear bars are, and I'm getting close. And I thought, I could probably get through winter, and then the snow happened. I'm like,
Did you use George Washington's head?
no, that would be Abraham Lincoln's head because it's a penny.
No, it's George Washington now.
Oh, you use what, a quarter?
Yeah, you use a quarter.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Because if you think about it,
Because you want to stop using pennies?
well, the penny, if you think about the penny distance between the edge and Abraham Lincoln's head, that's
Right.
too short. So they extended it to a larger, couple more millimeters.
I don't understand how 2 millimeters, much less 10 millimeters, how does that make a difference on the road?
Oh, it makes a huge difference.
I don't know.
The tread, man.
Mhm.
You're basically, if you got the top of Abraham Lincoln's head,
Right.
you pretty much, you're sliding all over the place.
I've got bald tires.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's they updated it at some point because of inflation.
Who did that?
They did that a while back.
Washington
They decided, oh man, inflation
head tires.
that has a double entendre.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Colorado Department of Transportation.
That's the only one I go off of.
Discount Tire has how to measure. They have the penny test. I think you can use both.
Oh,
Maybe it just depends on how.
well, they can't use both because the millimeter distance, if I break out my ruler,
They just want to sell more tires.
yeah, exactly. The reason I ask about Christmas gifts
All
here,
right.
because I in the past we have received a Christmas gift of some kind, whether
Oh.
it be like a gift card or some other sort of gifty things.
Oh,
But
like
this
the
is
people who own the building here,
right.
Okay.
But this is your first Christmas.
That's right.
So you don't even know about that.
No. So what has happened in the past?
In the past, we've had usually it's like a when I first started
Mhm.
years ago, we got a gift basket.
Ooh,
And it was nice.
a whole big basket.
Yeah, and it had a bottle of wine in there.
Oh,
But the funny part was I started when I was 18 years old. So what did I get? Sparkling grape juice.
ah, that's nice.
And then the year I turned 21 working here,
Yeah.
they were like, nope, we're not doing the wine
Stop
anymore
doing
in the
the wine.
basket. I'm like, great. Thanks a lot, guys. But we usually get something.
Okay.
But I don't think anybody here is getting what these people over in England got.
Oh,
They were given red envelopes during their Christmas dinner.
okay.
Now, these envelopes contained a Christmas bonus
Okay.
of $48,000.
What?
Yeah, one worker described the generous bonus as life-changing. Now, the company's chairman, Edward St. John, said he's thankful for every one of their employees for their hard work and dedication. And he says, I could not think of a better way to show it. I may steer the boat, but they're the ones that run the boat.
$48,000.
Yeah. He says they're the ones that make the boat go. Without the team, we are nothing. So that is St. John Properties over there. Not sure what they make. My guess is they run properties.
Jeez.
Property management or something like that over there. But $48,000 Christmas bonus, could you imagine?
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's something else.
So yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. We could do that.
Yeah, we could. There's still time, boss.
Yeah, I would take that. Just sign the check. That's all
but
you got to do.
You could do it over, just do like what the athletes do.
Mm.
Like Shohei Ohtani got that $70 million contract or $700 million over 10 years,
Yep.
but $70 million a year.
Yep.
He's getting deferred payments.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's going to get paid
right.
for the next 30 years.
God, that is smart.
Yeah.
That is smart.
It's like Bobby Bonilla. Bobby
is he still
Bonilla-
getting paid?
I think this year is his last payment.
Oh man.
But the guy hadn't played for like 10 years. But Ken Griffey Jr., he's been retired for a number of years. He still gets paid.
Wow.
He still gets paid for like the next few years.
That's the Reds. Are they?
Yeah, the
still paying him
Cincinnati
off?
Reds still
Okay.
paying him off.
Jeez.
But yeah, deferred payments. So yeah,
See,
if we want to make
in
that
Seattle, they only paid him when he played, and then they traded him.
then
away.
they traded him off.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
what
Oh
do
no
we got here?
no. Let's see. I'm looking here. Bobby Bonilla. No,
Bobby
it doesn't
Bonilla
end
still-
until 2035.
Oh, okay.
$1.2 million a year
That's a pretty nice little bonus.
till 2035. What in the world?
Whoever made that deal, probably the best agent, or I don't know who made that decision, but I would love that.
Yeah.
Because most of these players in the in professional sports, there's some players that are like, oh yeah, I don't even use the money that I get paid to play for the team because I get so much money from endorsements and all that stuff. So they just live off the endorsement money.
Yeah.
And then they just put the other stuff, sock it away for later for their retirement.
Yeah.
So, but $700 million contract, that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, Stephanie and I were talking the other day, and it's like, well, what do you do after you've had a career? Let's say whether you're an athlete or a music performer or something like that, you peak early.
Sure.
In some cases, unless you're Taylor Swift, and then you just make mint on anything you do. But what do you do afterwards? So you make the bank early. Then do you make investments in restaurants, sporting goods stuff? What do you do? How do you keep that money making money?
Well, if you look at certain athletes like Patrick Mahomes, who's Taylor
He's
Swift's
still playing.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend's friend.
Yeah.
He, as he is still playing, he's been buying up things. Like he owns part of the Kansas City Royals. He owns part of a racing team along with Travis Kelce. So they're just buying up these sort of investment properties / investment teams.
There were two things there that you mentioned. One was a baseball team, one was a racing team. I could see how the baseball team might make money, or at least might be a good investment over time. Racing team, that feels like a hole in the water that you can't fill up.
It feels like you got to be a little bit extra careful with, because mainly your
sorry, we wrecked the car again.
your investment is what is going on the streets and on the racetrack. So it can get pretty pricey.
You want to buy my racing team? No.
Yeah. So that's one thing that Travis Kelce's
okay. So investments.
But Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift hasn't even hit her prime yet. I don't think. I think she's still going to be making tons of money for at least the next 10 years. Because I could see her at like 40 or 45 just saying, you know what? I'm done.
I think she should start a variety show on TV.
Well, you've got
a streaming variety show.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Like the Taylor Swift Hour. Bring the old school back.
Yeah. Like Dean Martin, all those ones.
Wouldn't
just
that be
bring
fun?
the shows back.
Yeah, why not?
That would be fun. I would watch that.
And then they could make fun of Kim Kardashian every episode.
I would love to see Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson, some of these big stars do some of those things.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, get to know the people.
So there you go. There's your investment opportunities, Taylor Swift. If
I don't
you're
know where we
listening
took
to
that,
this
but
show.
that was fun. Yeah.
We're just dreaming of what we would do if we made millions and millions of dollars. Well, coming up here in just a little bit, we'll talk about some other things that are going on in the news, sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute. Speaking of money, that's coming up next.
I'm Jason Hiska, CEO of Sturgis Bank and Trust.
And I'm Matt Shep.
You were talking about this yesterday about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and if the popping of the question was going to happen.
Yeah, and you thought it would be trite.
I was thinking, I think it's a little cliche. It's like kind of like, really, the Christmas engagement. I don't like seeing that when even like friends of mine were like, "Yay, look, we're engaged. It's Christmas." It's like
trying to steal the spotlight from baby Jesus.
A little bit, yeah. Bill says, how to make a small fortune in racing. Start with a big one.
Yes, exactly right.
Absolutely.
That's my point exactly.
Oh, here we go. Here's some other sports. When I went to the horse races at Arlington, the Bears coaches bought a bunch of horses.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a good horse that wins some key races, and then you farm it out to stud, you can make a bunch of money that way.
Right.
I mean, that's a good investment.
I think some of the Bears coaches were probably buying up the horses so that they could get the horses and moved so that the Chicago Bears can build the stadium over there.
Oh,
because that's what they're planning on doing. I think it's still up in the air, but they've already started to kind of get the ball rolling.
But they're going to build a new stadium?
Yeah.
Don't you have to be a winning team first?
Maybe they're hoping this will help.
We need a new stadium. If only we had a new stadium, we could be better.
Because they can't really blame it on the fact that, we're not very good in cold weather because of their open stadium.
Oh, come on. The Bears aren't good in
they
cold
should.
weather?
They're supposed to be. They're designed to be. The team has been playing in the cold since the beginning. I mean, they were one of the first football teams.
Look right there. They want to build a new stadium next to Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Oh, they're going to build it next to Soldier Field now?
That's what they're thinking.
Because that's the biggest thing is the city of Chicago, once they said, hey, we're going to buy this property over in Arlington, this Arlington Raceway.
Yeah, the
we're
Arlington
buy
Park
it.
Racetrack, yeah.
And then all of a sudden the city of Chicago was like, what do we do to keep you here? Because anybody that drives to Chicago knows as soon as you get into Chicago, you're like, oh, look, Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But they said, yeah, we need a new stadium. We want to build a new one. We've had Soldier Field. I mean, they made modifications to Soldier Field, 10, 15 years ago. But they're looking to build a dome. Because that's the other big money maker is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, they don't, for some reason, they don't want to hold the Super Bowl in the middle of February in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. I want to see a snowy Super Bowl.
I agree with you. And weather conditions should be part of the game.
Absolutely.
That's how it's been. But yet, if you're expecting your audience to pay $2,000 a pop to get in the door, maybe they don't want to be snowed on.
Well, and the difficulty too of the halftime show, how quickly that develops, how they build the stage and put the stage and do all the crazy stuff to get it going in that 10, 15 minute setup time. That would make it very difficult.
Well, apparently appearances do matter when it comes to NFL halftime shows, as we saw by Jack Harlow's. Yeah. I mean, his performance was great, but when they rolled out the white plastic tarp, people were like, gosh, that's just cheap, NFL. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was a little cheap. That was probably the smallest setup that I had seen in a number of years because it's Thanksgiving. Usually they do it up. Now, regular halftime shows during the regular season, they don't
anything.
Set up a stage. They'll do like, we'll put a band or a dance team out there. Yeah. That's it.
They should put the Detroit Pistons out there during halftime.
Play a basketball game. Maybe they'll be able to play
a
basketball.
Little exhibition basketball game against like some high school team.
Yeah.
See if they can win.
Yeah. You wonder now with how they're playing, if like a team like, Michigan's doing all right. Michigan State's doing all right this season.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a lot different professional and college play, but I think the way that it's going, there probably are some good college teams that could beat the Detroit Pistons. Like Purdue. Purdue is one of the top teams right now. They could probably beat them. So, anyways, let's get back to the show here.
Right.
Ina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. It's just past 7:30. It's just one of those days. Yeah. Today is going to be mostly sunny, high 33, cloudy tonight, low down to 25. Sunny skies tomorrow with a high of 40. If you want to go check out WSJM.com and the WSJM app, that's where you'll find a few closings, cancellations, and delays, mainly in the Van Buren County area, but do want to run down that list for you. It's brought to you by our friends at Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters. Bangor Public Schools on a 2-hour delay, along with Bloomingdale Public Schools. They are closed today. Decatur Public Schools, Gobles Head Start, Gobles Public Schools, Lawrence Public Schools also closed today, along with Lawton Community Schools. Matawan Consolidated Schools closed today, along with Pawpaw Public Schools, Trinity Lutheran School in Pawpaw, and the Van Buren ISD all closed today. You can find those closings, cancellations, and delays brought to you by our friends at Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters 24/7 at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here are some of the stories we're following for you locally. The Berrien County Election Commission has approved 2 recall petitions related to Buchanan's elected officials. One petition focused on recalling Mayor Sean Dennison for his suspension of the former city manager. The other petition focused on recalling Commissioner Dan Vigansky for racially insensitive remarks. Petition organizers now have a 180-day window within which to turn in enough voter signatures to initiate a special election. Election Commission members noted the estimated cost of the recall election in Buchanan, probably around $40,000. $40,000. Petition supporter Monroe LeMay said after 5 years of what she calls wrong decisions from the city commission in Buchanan, it will cost voters even more if they do nothing. The Benton Township Board of Trustees tonight will consider a site plan for the Chick-fil-A that's planned on Pipestone Road. The Benton Township Planning Commission approved the project last week. Supervisor Kathy Yates tells us it's now the full board's opportunity to review the plan. With the expected approval, the Chick-fil-A can move forward. Developers are planning to tear down the old Steak and Shake and build the Chick-fil-A on that site. They've also purchased adjacent property to accommodate what they expect will be very long lines at that Chick-fil-A.
All right.
Special sauce with that. Residents of Paw Paw Township and Antwerp Township are being invited to take part in a state program to monitor the exposure of residents to certain chemicals and heavy metals. Michigan Department of Health and Human Services environmental epidemiologist Rachel Long tells us the Michigan Chemical Exposure Monitoring Project is being rolled out to random communities throughout the state. They're checking residents for things like lead, mercury, and PFAS. The Michigan Chemical Project team will be in the Paw Paw Township area in February, but over the next few weeks, they're inviting households to take part. Anyone who does take part will receive their results as far as what contaminations might be in their body, but also they'll get a $65 gift card.
Okay.
I think it's worth it to figure out if you get any heavy metals in your body.
Yeah. Probably good to check that stuff.
Always. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports for you in just a little bit. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. An Ottawa County Sheriff's deputy was hit as he tried to shut down US 31 because of another crash when a driver couldn't stop because of icy conditions. The deputy was dealing with closing the roadway yesterday after a semi-truck hit 2 other vehicles on the icy road. The deputy was taken to the hospital. An 80-year-old man who'd been missing in the UP's Houghton County has been found dead in Baraga County. Francis DeStramp was reportedly found Monday, according to the Houghton County Sheriff's Office. The Painesdale man was last seen around midnight Saturday night heading west on M38. The Grand Rapids Public School Board has voted to move with its reimagined GRPS with Us facilities plan. This will involve closing 10 schools over the next 5 years because of declining enrollment. The district has space for 27,000 students when enrollment is about 14,000. Wednesday's Powerball is $572 million. I'm Beth Fisher for the Michigan News Network.
The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap but easy to give. Give them a Stihl. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Stihl Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $20 on the BGA 57 battery-powered blower. Visit your local Stihl dealer or go to stihlusa.com/gift guide. Real Stihl. Find yours. Now $179.99 was $199.99 MSRP. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
All contractors working with Michigan businesses can win more projects by including energy-efficient rebates in your proposals. These rebates are provided by Michigan utility companies for contractors and customers completing construction projects using energy-efficient equipment. DNV, our local sponsor, can help you start your rebate journey. Visit dmvtradeally.com to learn how energy-efficient rebates can help you win more bids. That's dmvtradeally.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The ACLU is promising a lawsuit against Texas Governor Greg Abbott over a new bill signed into law this week.
Senate Bill 4 is now law in the state of Texas.
With the border wall behind him, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signing a bill making it a state crime to enter Texas illegally. Beginning in March, it gives local law enforcement the authority to arrest and prosecute what have been federal crimes.
To stop the tidal wave of illegal entry into Texas.
But opponents argue it's unconstitutional because it's preempted by federal law. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin in the Middle East. He is urging Israel to show restraint in Gaza, while also announcing a new multinational force set up to protect ships in the Red Sea. A strong overnight earthquake rattled the mountains in northwestern China overnight. At least 126 people were killed. Communication and power lines both down. People said to be sleeping outside in bitterly cold weather. This is ABC News.
Let's face it, the season got off to a rough start for the Michigan State men's basketball team. After falling at home to James Madison on the opening night, Michigan State has had trouble finding consistency and played anything that resembled a Tom Izzo coached team. That was until Saturday, when Michigan State blew out 6th-ranked Baylor at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. The game you heard on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM last night, the Spartans were back at home, looking for back-to-back wins for only the second time this season. Tyson Walker's 14 points put him over 1,000 career points, and his 5 assists helped Michigan State beat Oakland University 79-62. The Spartans had a great night from the field, shooting just under 50%. Michigan State improves to 6-5. Tonight, Michigan is in action against Florida at the Jumpman Invitational in North Carolina. The Wolverines and Gators tip off at 7 o'clock with a 6:30 pregame show on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM. Also tonight, Notre Dame is home to face the Citadel at 6, and Central Michigan will host Davenport at 7. To the NFL, where even now, 3 years after he was fired by the Lions, Matt Patricia is still causing Lions fans to suffer. Patricia is now with Philadelphia, and he was put in charge of the Eagles' defense last night as they faced Seattle. An Eagles win last night would have clinched a playoff spot for the Lions, and of course, Patricia's efforts hurt the Lions once again. Seattle backup quarterback Drew Lock took the Seahawks on a 92-yard drive, capped off by a 29-yard touchdown pass to Jackson Smith and Jigba with 28 seconds left to give Seattle a 20-17 win over the Eagles. It wasn't all bad for Detroit. It does give the Lions control of their own destiny. The Lions can't clinch the NFC's second seed overall with 3 wins. Even 1 win over the next 3 weeks will clinch the NFC North Division title. NHL, the Red Wings welcomed back captain Dylan Larkin on the ice last night after being knocked out in a game against Ottawa 9 days ago. But the Wings still fell last night to Anaheim 4-3. Alex DeBrincat had a pair of goals for Detroit, who now have lost 6 of their last 7. Larkin had 1 assist, and Patrick Kane added 2 assists. Tonight, the Blackhawks are home to face Colorado at 8:30. In the NBA, the Pistons got a career-high 43 points from former number 1 pick Cade Cunningham. But it still didn't help end their now 24-game losing streak with a 130-124 loss to Atlanta. Trae Young had 31 points to lead the Hawks. The Bulls ended Philadelphia's 6-game winning streak with a 108-104 win over the Sixers. Kobe White had 24 points, and James Harden had 35.
What do you do when you lose 24 games in a row? I mean, that's just got to hurt really, really bad.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, because at some point...
Do you fake an injury? Just say, I need to be on the disabled list for the rest of the season.
Starting with the coach, you have to, I mean, I assume after every game, you talk to the players.
Yeah, you have the pep talk.
You have the review to see what is it why'd we lose?
Right.
And I mean, what I haven't watched any of the Pistons probably ever games, but what are they doing? I mean, they can't be missing the fundamentals because they have good players, but they must be missing the teamwork. And I mean, you mentioned the scores of these games, and they are incredible. They're scoring
almost 150 points.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they lost 130 to 124. They had games earlier this week. Actually, they lost it was 146. I think the team put up but the Detroit Pistons are still scoring a good amount of points. They're scoring usually over 100 points. Now, in the NBA, a lot of people will say they're not playing defense because they're obviously not. Their teams are not obviously playing defense because if each team is scoring over 120 points, that's crazy.
You love, like I love, the movie Hoosiers.
Yep.
And at some point during that, the coach Gene Hackman shuts down the star player from taking all the shots.
Yeah.
And says, nope, you're going to pass this many times before you do anything. Are they doing that? Can they do that? Can they watch the movie Hoosier? Should we send them one of your copies?
Just
on VHS Hoosiers so they can watch it?
I got it on old reel.
Is it on the 8mm?
Yeah, like 8mm. That's the only way I watch my movies. No, I don't know.
Work together, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what it is because you've got some talented players on the team.
Sure.
Now, with the team being so bad, of course, all these other teams that are doing well have already started looking at, would you guys be interested in trading this player? Would you be interested in trading this player? I mean, with 25 losses already, they're 2-25.
Yeah.
2-25. So in the first quarter of the season, they've already lost almost all of them.
Yeah.
They've got to be out of the race completely. I mean, they're at the bottom of the barrel. 2-25. The top team, the Celtics, are 20-5.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
And then even the top 8, because usually it's like the top, I think 6 teams go to the playoffs. Cavaliers, 15-12. They've already got 15 wins. So I don't think there's a chance. So it's one of those rebuilding years.
Yeah.
But do you want to get rid of the good players that you have? Because no team's going to want your worst player.
No.
They're going to want your top tier players. So do you risk trading away some of your top tier talent that you do have on your team, or do you hold tight and cross your fingers that they stay with the team?
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine some of those players that say are in a contract year where it's like, oh yeah, we've got, this is my last season with the Detroit Pistons. I can't imagine them coming back.
No.
And you can't imagine any of the big top tier free agents wanting to go there. Like, yeah, you want to lose 25 games? No.
And I'm a little distracted here because I'm watching the highlights from last night's game.
Yeah.
And just taking note of, okay, are there people in the stands? Yeah, there are people in the stands. They got a lot of empty seats.
Mm-hmm. Was it at Detroit?
Look, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it. I think it is.
Do you see a big Pistons logo on the
Oh,
front?
no, I'm sorry. No.
They're in Atlanta?
They're in Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay, so they got some empty seats there, too. How's Atlanta? Are they any good?
Atlanta is they're 10th in the Eastern Conference. So they're 11-15.
Yeah. Okay. So then
they're on a 1-game winning streak.
Yeah, they beat the Pistons. But I'm watching the players, and they threw up some bricks, but they are going so fast back and forth. You're right. There's just no defense.
There's no defense, and there's just a lot of scoring real fast.
Yeah, the guys are just running down the field. Are they trying to pump up their stats? What are they doing?
I have no idea. Losing streak wise, they've got 24 games that they've lost. The closest losing streak in the Eastern Conference, 4.
Huh?
The Indiana Pacers only have a 4-game losing streak.
Oh, really?
Everybody in Detroit,
So
24 losses in a row.
If they get to 28, they will match the all-time record in the NBA for consecutive losses.
They've already hit a franchise record.
A season. For this season, they've hit that record. But if they get to 29, that will be a historic all-time, and I think they're going for it.
Yeah.
Because then they can make a movie about their story.
There you go.
And then they'll do a comeback. Everyone loves a comeback.
Today, plan on some icy patches this morning as we get up to 33 this afternoon with some sunshine. We may melt some of those icy areas, but it's still going to stay cool today. Partly cloudy tonight. We drop down to 25 and some more sunshine tomorrow with high temperatures getting up near 40. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
Hey, it's Fred Upton, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. You can hang out on our Facebook and YouTube. We were just talking about the 24-game losing streak for the Detroit Pistons, which matches or actually exceeds a franchise record. Getting close to having a league record. It's the record you don't want.
No. So franchise record for consecutive losses.
24, yeah.
They're the worst in the NBA right now, both record-wise and how many losses in a row they've had. And if they get to 29 losses in a row, which they're only 5 games away from.
5 games away. Yeah, they could get that before Christmas, probably.
They could become, they could get a new movie contract for the losingest team in basketball.
I don't think anybody wants that.
No,
but it could happen.
I watched some of the highlights we were talking about on the video live stream. Watch some of the highlights of the game. It's not that they're really that bad. They're just missing some key elements. Number one, defense.
Yeah, but that's everybody in the NBA. I mean, I can't think of like to win the Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah.
Back when like Michael Jordan and a lot of those, and if you look back at the Pistons, the bad boys, defense was king. Everybody played defense.
It was a key part of the game.
Yeah.
Everybody played the other team from scoring.
Yeah. Everybody played defense. Everybody rebounded. You did the fundamental stuff in basketball. I don't know where it happened, where they just said, let's just go as fast as we can and score as many points as we can. And whoever scores the most. Yeah. Because, I mean, you have games that are going to close to 150 points, which in a 20
per team.
Yeah. In 48 minutes, 140 points.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something the record they do not want. Much like, when the Detroit Lions were 0-16, that was not the record that they wanted. Or a baseball team like the Tigers getting 100
You want a
losses.
better approval rating.
Yeah, I would like to see a better approval rating. Speaking of that, we talked about this before about the president and many presidents in the past have had low approval ratings. But the latest approval ratings for Biden has come out.
According to Monmouth University, they have a new poll out. President Joe Biden's job rating has hit an all-time low, including particularly poor marks for his handling of immigration and inflation. Only 3 in 10 Americans saying the president is giving enough attention to the issues most important to them, which is worse than his predecessor. The poll also finds congressional leadership ratings have dropped, with the new House Speaker debuting in negative territory. Yeah, public opinion of Biden's overall job performance currently stands at 34% approve, 61% disapprove, his lowest rating in Monmouth polling since he took office. Since September, his approval number has dropped 4 points. His disapproval number has increased by 6 points. We've also seen this reflected in a lot of the polls that are going around to battleground states, including Michigan, where if you do a matchup between Biden and Trump, the likely presidential nominees, Trump is winning in a number of battleground states, including Michigan. Also, we saw that Kamala Harris is now polling above the president, which hasn't happened.
Wow.
And typically you don't like to see
your vice president
outshine you.
Yeah.
And I mean, for a number of reasons, Kamala Harris, her vice presidency hasn't really been remarkable or notable.
Sure.
And
she's been more behind the scenes and not in the spotlight as much. I thought, especially them when they first had that ticket and they won.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, they're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and you're going to be seeing Kamala Harris doing a lot of different things and being in charge of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and hasn't really been syncing with the media and the personality. Hasn't really got that warm handshake yet. But she's going to go on tour next month. Announced this morning, Vice President Kamala Harris is launching a nationwide reproductive freedoms tour.
Okay.
As the Biden administration and the Biden-Harris campaign, reelection campaign, looks to make abortion rights a key part of the 2024 race. She's kicking off that tour in Wisconsin on January 22nd. So really ramping up the campaign there.
Is she going to be taking like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, maybe like Bruce Springsteen, like some of the big top touring artists with her?
I would imagine they're going to do anything they can to A, draw a crowd, and B, draw support.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and then we mentioned that the Congress is not polling as high either. They haven't in many years.
Sure.
I mean, they're probably just about as popular as wet socks into galoshes. The 118th 118th Congress,
Just got that feeling,
is on track to be one of the most unproductive in modern history, with just a couple dozen laws on the books at the close of this year. That's according to data from the analytics firm Quorum. They say it's not only the product of a divided partisan control of Washington, but also a lot of infighting in the House Republican majority. That includes that whole 3-week period, almost a month this fall, when Congress was basically paralyzed because they had to figure out a replacement for Speaker McCarthy, who was ousted.
This is another group that I think needs to go back to the fundamentals.
Yeah.
As well. and start to play nice and start to play with the fundamentals, because there's just all kinds of mess going on.
At some point, I mean, you do want to rate the effectiveness of Congress, and you
Sure.
can rate the effectiveness using a number of different scales. Some people might say not passing legislation is effective, but they do have their obligation every year to get the budget work done, and they haven't even got that done yet because we faced a shutdown. They were able to avoid that. So that's good news. But, there's the annual appropriations bills that they're supposed to get done, the oversight for the appropriations bills. There's the annual reauthorizations, or the every few year reauthorizations that have to happen, like the farm bill that they didn't get done, that they extended until next year.
Yeah, because they're running on basically the budget from the previous year. They kept extending.
Yeah. It doesn't make for great planning if you're somebody who's required to carry out the mission of an agency.
Absolutely. You've got government funding coming your way, but you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to see, and not
anyway.
good. Not good to hear. We'll catch you up with your Moody on the Market update here in just a couple of minutes. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
You've always wanted to learn how to make sushi. Now is your chance. Attend the couples sushi rolling class at the Inn at Harbor Shores on Tuesday, January 23rd. During this hands-on class, you'll learn how to assemble the right ingredients and roll 4 different types of Instagram-worthy sushi. And of course, the best part, you'll get to eat what you make. You'll also go home with your own rolling mat and chopsticks. Tickets are available at eventbrite.com for just $149 per couple. Tuesday, January 23rd at the Inn at Harbor Shores.
They say it's not a party till I show up. Nick! Is it my charming personality?
Oh, Nick.
Or is it because I bring these?
Holiday Instants!
Yep, thought so.
Liven up the holidays with Holiday Instants from the Michigan Lottery. 4 fun tickets like 'Tis the Season and Peppermint Payout, with the chance to win up to $500,000. And gift big with new 500 times Moneymaker, with top prizes of $6 million. So give something wonderful with Holiday Instants from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, find it at moodyonthemarket.com. Our team of contributors always on it. We got those stories for you, and also Moody on the Move series and our awards program. See all that at moodyonthemarket.com and the app. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
What's better this time of year than smiling kids?
I don't think there's anything.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we're talking about Bears in the Air. South Bend International Airport's 12th annual Bears in the Air program is providing more than 2,600 teddy bears to children in 5 area hospitals, including St. Joseph. The bears will be delivered by South Bend Air CEO and Executive Director Mike Daigle and South Bend and team members on December 20th and 21st. So tomorrow and Thursday, they're going to deliver to Beacon Children's Hospital, St. Joseph, Mishawaka, and Plymouth Medical Centers, Elkhart General Hospital, and Corwell Health Lakeland Hospital.
Very nice. The Bears are going to offer the companionship and smiles during a child's difficult time. Each hospital will distribute the Bears throughout the year to young patients. CEO and Executive Director Mike Daigle says, we're tremendously thankful for the community's continued support of the Bears in the Air program. The level of support this program receives each year continues to impress and inspire me. We live in a very giving community, and this is just one thing that we can do to make it better for children in our hospitals.
Yeah, so if you see a bunch of bears hanging around Corwell Health Lakeland on Thursday, you'll know what's going on. It's the South Bend International Airport's 12th annual Bears in the Air campaign. I like that they do that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a child and you're in the hospital this time of year. Little joy, everything matters.
Do they launch the bears into the windows?
They use this big elastic slingshot and look, it's bears in the air.
Yeah, like go to the end of the hall, go farther, and I'm going to slingshot the bear to you.
A little further back.
That's what I would want.
That would be
if
fun.
I was a kid, I'd be like, no, launch it. Come on.
Okay, they don't actually launch the bears, but they do they launch a lot of smiles.
It is cool.
If you want to read that article about South Bend International Airport, SBN, and the Bears in the Air program, it's right there on moodyonthemarket.com.
And your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Here's Rich Brandt and Tarek Halsey from Insurance.
All right, everybody.
Do you think they're all teddy bears?
Like you're thinking, do they have
like a stuffed lion or something?
A dragon or a lion?
Yeah, dragons are good. Two-headed dragon.
Okay,
that'd be fun. You ever build a bear?
Have I gone to Build-A-Bear? I'm trying to think. I don't think I have.
The kids have gone. Their grandparents have taken them to Build-A-Bear a few times. That's a cute thing.
It is a cool thing.
Yeah, kind of a how it's made type deal.
Right. You get to fill it up with the filling, and you get to have the pick and choose different stuff. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool program.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see around here. Maybe they'll put that next to Chick-fil-A.
There you go. Drive through Build-A-Bear. Well, I was looking at that. Speaking of chicken, the adult Happy Meals are back.
Oh, you were talking about
at
this
McDonald's.
yesterday. So what's in an adult Happy Meal?
I guess you can choose from 10-piece chicken nuggets to a Big Mac. I think a Big Mac is your other choice.
Like the main course?
Yep.
Oh.
I don't know if you can get apple slices or a milk chug or
what
not.
makes it a Happy Meal?
You get a toy.
Oh, you do get a toy? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and this is something.
Is it an adult toy?
No. That would be weird. No, these are something that a lot of adults would probably remember back in the day, the little like chicken nugget toys.
Yeah.
So they're available for a limited time if you want to get your hands on that. Yeah.
Here's something that I think you'll like. Have you heard of this? The McDonald's and Crocs
I did see that
collaboration.
Yeah. I might have to get those for the spring.
Which ones will you get? Because the one that Stephanie showed me was the Grimace cozy sandals. They're purple and they've got Grimace's face on them.
You might get those because you're a big fan of the Grimace, right? I mean, part of me is
like
looking.
the Grimace shake.
I do like the one of the Hamburglar, the little black and white stripes.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, those are funky. I kind of like the classic ones, the McDonald's red and
Just
gold.
the McDonald's red. Oh yeah, those are cool.
What's that other one that says Crocs Birdie Classic? That looks like Big Bird though.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, at some point they introduced Birdie. I don't think Birdie's kind of like the vice president of McDonald's.
Okay.
Just keep.
You don't see him that much. Yeah, that's the one, the girl with pigtails, right?
I don't know.
Is that Birdie?
It's the little and I think that pigtails, and I thought there were aviator goggles as part of the costume, but maybe not.
Interesting. Yeah.
So the adult Happy Meal, will you get that?
I've been considering it because I just want the toy. I think that would be cool because I'm a kid at heart. Because I feel like the toy was probably going to be worth something someday.
Yeah. I thought you were de-thinging your house.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
It doesn't work like that.
All right, everybody, you have a great day. We're going to end
Thanks
the
for
live
joining us.
stream here.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon.
See ya.